Summer, the Supreme Court outlawed affirmative action in admission decisions at colleges and universities nationwide. Now, even before that decision, public schools in California have long been barred from considering race in admission. Well, now, whistleblowers at UCLA Medical School say racial preferences have lowered the admission standards at the prestigious school, and as a result, more and more students are failing basic medical competency tests. Aaron Sibarium is a reporter at the Washington Free Beacon. He broke the story, and he now joins me with more on his reporting. Great reporting, Aaron. Thanks so much for being with me tonight. For those who didn't see your reporting, give us a brief summary of what you found.
Sure. So it is extraordinarily unusual for admissions officers to come forward and provide a window into confidential admissions deliberations. Upwards of 4 people with firsthand knowledge of the admissions bureaucracy at UCLA have now come forward anonymously to allege that the school is systematically lowering the admission standards for underrepresented minorities, allowing people in with very, very low MCATs and grades that would automatically disqualify a white or Asian applicant. And as a result, they say, and internal data I obtained corroborates, or at least is consistent with, record numbers of students are failing basic standardized tests designed to test clinical knowledge. The failure rates have gone way up since 2020 when they got a new dean of admissions. So the whistleblowers are basically saying, look, we're not against diversity, we're not against inclusion, but the standards have been lowered so much that it is now having a tangible real-world effect on the medical school. And if it continues, they're worried about the performance of future doctors and future graduates of David Geffen School of Medicine.
All right, I'm going off memory here, and I was struck by the fact that I think it was, 14,000 people applied to this medical school, and something like 173 are actually accepted, so just over 1%. So then when you're hearing these allegations, and this is resulting in what you found, a quarter of medical students in the class of 2025 have failed 3 or more shelf exams, basically, how you doing so far in medical school? That's alarming.
Yeah, it's astonishing. And the thing to know about those exams is that the pass-fail cutoff is determined on a percentile basis. So it's not a matter of your raw score. All you have to do to pass those exams is be above the 5th percentile of all test takers. So on the other hand, what it would mean to fail the exam is that you're in the bottom 5% of all test takers. And in some UCLA cohorts, the failure rates on some of these exams were as high as 50%. So that means that for at least some small blocks of students, you were seeing 50% of UCLA students, 50% of kids at this incredibly prestigious medical school, scoring in the bottom 5% of test takers nationally. That's what's so astounding, and that's part of what pushed the whistleblowers to come forward. It is very unusual for students, or at least this is what a lot of professors told me, that, from their experience in medical school, it is unusual for top medical students to be failing these tests. Maybe they fail 1 or 2, but 3 or more, that's a lot.
Now, the dean of the medical school says these allegations are false. You asked for a statement. You didn't get a response, but you got an internal statement that was sent to students, and they say this. We can put that up on the screen. We want to reaffirm here that both the David Geffen School of Medicine students and faculty members are held to the highest standards of academic excellence. Highly qualified medical students and trainees are admitted to the school based on merit in a process consistent with state and federal law. So they just say these allegations are false. Aaron, where does your reporting go from here in less than 15 seconds?
There will be more follow-ups, and I think the real question now is, this was reported multiple times to the Discrimination Prevention Office at UCLA, and they didn't do anything. And what I'm trying to figure out is exactly what did they know and when did they know it, because this has clearly been going on for a long time. and it must have been extreme for a pretty long time for it to get to the point where members of the admissions office wanted to whistleblow to the press.
Well, we thank you for your tireless and fearless reporting. Aaron Sibarium with the Washington Free Beacon. We'll continue to watch your reporting online. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Alex, over to you.